The stamp of time.
All right. I don't know. Let's just free ball it.
Free ball it, guys. Sorry. And you're welcome.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to Rough Draft Research. We're recording here on a Sunday night. Things a little different. I got a busy schedule, so we're gonna fill in some draft recap, eh?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Some
Real
rough
quick,
drafts
though,
going on this weekend.
Speaking of free balling, do you think Free Willy, like the movie, ever got in trouble for being named that? Did anybody ever
Free Willy?
connect that? Yeah, Free Willy. Was that ever looked down on or
It's
whatever?
like such a great, it's
Very
like an
rich.
inside joke that's very much an outside joke.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. That's just where my mind went when you said that. So.
Well,
Free Willy.
we're over here talking about draft. Christian's mind's on Free Willies.
His dorsal fin curves to the right, just like mine.
Oh, goddamn. Well, yeah, here we are. We just had our roasted pigskin Eternal League rookie draft, so I guess we're just going to kind of just go through the draft, talk about it, so y'all get an idea of where people are landing.
Yeah, man. Just a little real world statistics for you guys. If you're getting prepped for some rookie drafts, want to see who's going where and if ADP is true to form. And I got to say, we stuck pretty tight with it, I think. Honestly, it's pretty,
Yeah.
For the
Well,
most
pretty straightforward.
the 1-1 Brees Hall,
Yeah, pretty
pretty
solid.
clear. I think
Even this
should
is
be.
a super flex league, and right? Brees
Yep.
Hall, all the way.
Yeah. It'd be very surprising if anyone has anyone else other than Brees Hall in a rookie draft right now.
Right. If you got like Mixon and Jonathan Taylor maybe on your team, you're like, fuck it, I'll go Drake London.
Yeah,
But at the
maybe.
same point, like you still
But-
want to keep those running backs fresh, man.
Yeah,
I mean, this
for
guy
sure.
was pretty stacked in the running back room. He drafted Brees Hall, and then he traded CMC during the draft after he took that pick. So,
Oh yeah, we can get into that.
yeah, we can talk all about the trades that happened if we need to.
Well, then next off the board we had our boy Christian.
Yeah, boy.
Ooh. Yeah, I went with Drake London there. A lot of back and forth between him and Ken Walker there. My roster is just pretty tough. I traded away a lot of my assets that were worth anything to kind of get a lot of picks, as we'll talk about later, because I just knew I needed to rebuild. I just screwed up that draft pretty hard. And what ultimately made my decision was a little bit of insider information going on, kind of, but not really. Just having an idea of what people might take influenced, and then just the idea of that I could rebuild one specific room in one draft. So I went with the best receiver or the highest ceiling receiver in the draft and took Drake London, and I'm pretty stoked about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, he goes into Atlanta where it's like, fully clean slate to be productive. First wideout picked in the draft. Is that true? Or was he Garrett
Oh.
Wilson was number one?
No, it was Drake.
Yeah, Drake London.
Yep.
It was Drake. Yeah,
All right.
Drake London.
So why not?
And then
Yeah.
on to the pick number 3, where no surprise here, Ken Walker comes
Yeah.
off the board. You got weak need Rashad Penny and no neck Chris Carson as your
Yeah.
competition. I think pretty solid, man. It's going to be interesting to keep an eye on this guy because the quarterback situation, run first offense, like that
It's
argument.
just interesting. It's all relying on Penny though, because I mean, if he manages not to get hurt and he plays like he did last year, you're screwed at least for your rookie year. But nobody's really counting on that to happen. So yeah, I mean, I really like Walker here. Like I said, I was toying with the idea of doing it. This one gave me the biggest heart attack. I thought I had already screwed up Well, this one and one earlier. I thought I screwed up because this guy took so long to take Walker. I thought he was going to end up taking a receiver and screw up my whole plan here. But no, I really had a hard time not taking him, but good pick. Like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he's on a Seahawks team that doesn't seem like it's going to be capable of passing the ball. So
that's fair.
He's definitely going to get some rotational work, even if Penny shows out. And the upside is for him to just be a bell cow, you know?
Yeah.
Without
100%.
He's not going to catch the ball, I guess.
By the way, a little insider information. I think this pick took so long because this guy was literally falling asleep at the table.
Oh, dang. That's so funny.
I think he had like 3 beers and he just like doesn't ever drink, and he was literally just like,
oh, that's so funny.
He passed out like 3 times.
I was just like, oh man, they're working on a trade. Something's about to happen. Like somebody's about to swoop up and throw off my whole order here. Like,
well, speaking of your plan, you had the next pick at 4.
Yeah, so I went back-to-back receiver here, and as anybody that's listened to this podcast knows, I think Garrett Wilson is overall the best receiver, but I decided not to go that way because I'm getting really excited about Olave, especially his first-year potential. I think he can kind of show out more than these other rookies. Him and Drake London and Burks have the best chances, but Burks has all those stories already, and I just really like Olave's rookie potential, so I decided to grab him, just ensure that nothing crazy could happen where I ended up not getting him. And I was super stoked there to have London and Olave.
Yeah, at that point, I mean, you got my 2 favorite wide receivers from this draft class. Ton of potential.
Yeah, they've been your 2 favorite receivers from this draft class since like 2018.
Yeah, I guess I gotta find a way to get Olave in this startup we're doing because it break my heart. Maybe I'll get both these guys. Whatever.
There you go.
But moving to the next guy, the 5th pick was James Cook. You know, the Buffalo.
Yeah, baby.
So
the Cook man.
This I don't know. I'd like to say this was above ADP. It was a surprise pick. But, like, it's not. You know, if you need a running back more than you need a wide receiver, then why not?
Full PPR league, why not?
So, I think he made the right move, and he had back-to-back picks. And this guy's a Pittsburgh fan, and he needed a quarterback, so he went James Cook right into Kenny Pickett. Mm-hmm. So, now he's doing pretty solid, I think.
Yeah. No, I like the move. His quarterbacks were not he has good quarterbacks, Tannehill and Stafford, but he just didn't have any depth behind him.
Right.
And so getting a rookie behind them, the number 1 quarterback taken in this year's draft, it makes a lot of sense. And yeah, I like what you're saying about Cook. And like, oh, it's a reach. Well, the guy had 2 picks back to back. You move him back to 6th, and now he's only like 2 spots ahead of his ADP. It's not even anything crazy. You know, so I like what he did here. You got to know your team, assess the situation, and take what's best to make your team better. So yeah. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming off a year where he struggled a little bit with Derrick Henry getting injured. So he just wanted to make sure he had it locked up. And he wanted to be like his hero, AJ, and have both Dalvin and James Cook on his roster. So
it's pretty sexy, man. It's pretty sexy.
So, yeah, the first quarterback off the board goes at the 1-6. And then the 1-7 is Treylon Burks, you know, Tennessee wideout. Mm-hmm. Like you're saying, there's a lot of interesting talk going on about him. And
and that's probably what caused him to slide here. I mean, obviously, like we talked about, the guy just wanted Cook and Pickett. But, yeah, I mean, Burks is interesting. His ADP is still higher than Garrett Wilson's right now. But I don't know. I mean, he still has the highest boom bust potential because he's just in that AJ Brown role. They showed you exactly that, the way they got him. So I'm really interested in the pick, but he has been sliding down my board a little bit for sure.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where he ends up in startups because rookie draft locked in the first round, but you know, startups, it's kind of, you know, people are searching. People like this get forgotten, you know.
I mean, we've talked about it before too. Like, a team's going to throw the ball for at least 3,000 yards, and who else is the competition on that team?
Yeah.
But then again,
Robbie O'Bobby.
yeah, or Kyle
Robert
Phillips.
Woods.
Yeah.
Oh, Robert Woods, yeah. That actually scares me a lot, man. I don't know. It's the health concerns, but maybe this is just some more smoke, some more Jamar Chase smoke,
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I mean, who knows with these guys, but we heard it with Jamar Chase last year. He can't see the ball or whatever, and it's just silly.
Yeah.
So we just got to wait to see if these guys play. We definitely could have got a hell of a player here. It's just a little scarier, in my opinion. But at the 1-7, go for it.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Definitely worth it.
What'd you get at the 1-8, though?
My boy Garrett Wilson is what I got at the 1-8.
Can we just get a review of your first 3 picks real quick?
Can we get a review of your love for the Buckeyes real quick?
Yeah, that's fair. No, but yeah, I got
him.
Drake London, Chris Olave, and Garrett Wilson all in the first round. Yeah, completely rebuilt that wide receiver room. And this is what I was talking about with the quote insider information. Just knowing that there might be a chance that Cook and Pickett could go, and it would force those 2 receivers down, Burks and Wilson, to 7. And it's like, well, average says that people are more into Burks than Wilson right now. So I knew that I had a chance if I went this route and kind of forced the picks to go this way. And it worked out for me. And it's awesome because I would have taken Wilson over Burks every day of the week anyway. And just having all 3 of those guys, I'm just super stoked about. I can't. Yeah, that's the perfect first round for me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You nailed it. What would you have done if you had Burks on the board?
I mean, that's tough. I may have still just taken Burks because, like, with London and Olave, I've got it pretty sealed up. But I may have gone Jameson Williams, but he's got similar questions. So, yeah, I probably would have gone Burks just for the value. And then if he explodes, trade him, something like that. But didn't have to worry about that. So
I was scared that if Garrett Wilson got picked, you were going to go with Rashad White.
I thought about that pretty hard. I just think the number, the ADP number on Burks might have done me in there. But yeah, White would have been an option. It would have taken me longer to make the pick than it did. I shit you not, guys. I was sitting in that 1-7 while she was taking her time to make the pick. I was sitting there like in this brunch place that I was in, like, take Burks, take Burks, take Burks. And like when she did, I was literally like, yeah, and like just yelled it, and like everyone looked at me, and I just smashed that button so fast. I was so incredibly stoked. It was awesome.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you made it to brunch and enjoyed yourself. Yeah, insider information. Again, we drafted at noon Central Time, and that would have been 10 o'clock Christian's time. So
yeah.
He went and got himself a nice breakfast and some mimosas to.
Yeah, I did.
To celebrate his fucking awesome first round draft.
Oh, yeah. I immediately ordered another round. I didn't have a pick in the second round. I was good to go. Like,
I was worried that you were about to just stand up and be like, all right, drinks are on the house.
Right?
Run up the credit card.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm incredibly stoked. This could end up being awesome, I think it will be. But,
yeah.
I mean, you got something to look forward to, no doubt.
Yeah, I'll be watching preseason for sure.
Oh, yeah, me too, man. I came out of this draft looking funny. So my first pick was the 1-9, and I went with Rashad White. We talked about him plenty so far on this podcast. Love the receiving capabilities and the potential altogether. And he's with Lenny Fournette, who we're not exactly sold on. And so the potential is high. I grabbed a bunch of what I would call backup running backs in this draft, and he was the crown jewel of the collection. So
yeah,
I was happy to see him.
Yeah,
definitely, man.
No, I love that pick. Yeah, he definitely would have been in consideration had Garrett Wilson not been there for me at 8. So yeah, I think it was a smart move, especially with the wide receivers you have.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I was not going to draft a wide receiver. Until I did. But anyway, yeah. I was just say to end the first round was the champ of the league himself,
somehow
took Jameson Williams, and solid move.
I think you kind of have to there.
Yeah. catch a falling star, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of the mocks I was doing, I was taking Jameson Williams at the 1.8. So, like, that shows you, like, yeah, 110, I would smash that super fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had needed a wideout, I would have been very thrilled to see him there at the 1.9. But you know what it is.
Well, yeah, 10-team league. So the next pick was a 2-1, which was my pick. Not because I got last in the league, everybody. I traded, actually, Odell Beckham Jr. for this pick and was super happy to offload OBJ and then pick up George Pickens, who's, if you've been listening to this at all, someone I've been very into. So I was very happy to get the share. Obviously, a pretty tough decision there between Pickens, Watson, and Sky Moore, but you know, I'm going with my eyes, with my heart, and with my brain, and it was all telling me George Pickens, and I'm really happy about it.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. This is a guy you've been talking about for a long time.
He got that dog attitude, man.
Meow.
Hey, you calm down.
Oh, fuck. I was born calm.
No, I like it. I think those three guys right there, Pickens, Watson, and Moore, are kind of a pick your poison type situation. Like, depending on, everyone's going to have one guy they like over the other one. So just, yeah, go for it. I think they all have very similar potential and boomer bustness to them, and they ended up on great teams. So let's see what happens. So yeah, you just got to go with the one you like the best, and that's been obvious from the start for you. So nice job.
Yep.
Hell yeah, man. Well, next up, Christian, were you sad? You got any shares of Christian Watson or what?
I have one share of Christian Watson in the mine and Danny's league. We got Christian Watson, but yeah, I mean, it is sad. Honestly, I was more sad about Dubes later on going
Same.
a little earlier. I was hoping to get him in the 5th.
That's
Same.
a
That would have been
common
nice.
theme.
But you know, I mean, it's sad, but I also knew I wasn't gonna, because I wasn't gonna take him at the 1.8 most likely, and I didn't have a second round pick, so there wasn't any chance of him really falling to me. I like the move though. I think it's smart. He's gotta eventually come on, you would think, with Aaron Rodgers at some point.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Man, I got to look team by team. There's so much trading. I'm looking at my stack, and I did not take a single pick that was native to me. I traded every single pick of this draft, which was fun.
Yep.
That
And
is
then
fun.
Ben, who had Ken Walker, comes back in the third or in the second and takes Sky Moore,
With 2-3.
which was pretty obvious at the time because he was sitting there in his red Chiefs shirt. It's kind of, I think we all saw this coming.
For sure.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, Sky Moore, and then
good pick too. Yeah,
to
smart.
4, the fifth running back comes off the board in Damien Pierce.
Yeah. I was happy to see this.
Same.
We've talked about it a million times. This could be the steal of the draft if Damien Pierce comes out and just takes over that backfield. But
Yeah.
it's something that a lot of us are skeptical of with Houston and just what that team's going to look like at all. So,
Yeah,
But-
I have huge hesitation on Pierce still, just because of his price tag. Like, his workout doesn't need a second round price tag to me, but it was his landing spot that drove that price sticker up for him, and I'm just not willing to take him here. But like you're saying, it absolutely could work out and be one of the steals of the draft, but it's just not something I'm necessarily into.
Yeah. Yeah. Marlon Mack's there, baby.
oh, yeah.
Come back. Player of the year. Watch out for it.
Look out for Marlon Mack. Never treats his backfield mates very well. You know what I mean?
And then coming on to the next pick, the second QB comes off the board. So obviously we mentioned earlier this was a super flex. So I don't know, not a surprise, maybe a little bit of a surprise. Malik Willis comes off the board here, the 2-5.
That's about where I thought he would go. I think Desmond Ridder falling out of the second round was more of a surprise to me than Malik Willis going a little bit before, like 2-7 or wherever. Because I think it makes sense, and if you look, it's a guy who had multiple second round picks, so that tends to force ADP to go out the window sometimes, because you're like, what? I already got a second round guy. Let me just take the quarterback now.
Right.
Before I do that all the time. So
Definitely.
So I like it though. It makes sense. I mean, I have been adamant on this podcast that I think Desmond Ridder is my second ranked quarterback. So obviously I would have done that before Willis, but if that's the guy you liked, it makes sense to get a QB.
Absolutely. Yeah, looking at this guy's drafts, he went like at running back, wide receiver, quarterback, tight end, and then back to the running back. So
Yeah.
he really improved his team across the board. Unlike the crazy guy who had the next pick, that was me. I drafted my second running back in Isaiah Spiller, and I was super happy that Isaiah Spiller fell to the 2-6. I don't know if it's called falling or if that's where he should have been the whole time, but he goes to LA, the Chargers, and we've been talking about it for a while now, but they've been searching for that second running back to really take the load off of Eckler, and I think that this is the highest draft capital they've actually put into those efforts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was times when he was one of the top 3 running backs in this class, and
there was a time when he was the 1-1 pick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was seeing articles arguing that for way longer than they should have after the combine and everything. And hopefully he's the guy that proves that the workouts don't matter as much as we think. But it just kind of with that, and then you're right, higher draft capital than the Chargers have spent, but not the craziest high draft capital. So I like it though. Take a swing, and he's going to get the opportunity there. All these other guys that are there are going to get phased out. I'm even blanking on their names right now.
Larry Roundtree,
Joshua Kelly.
Joshua Kelly.
I think Justin Jackson's off.
Justin
I think he's
Jackson.
done by now. Mm-hmm. I think it's contract.
Yeah, I was thinking Joshua Kelly and
Larry Roundtree.
Larry.
No, I was actually thinking Justin Jackson. But,
Larry Roundtree.
So I like it.
Well, and then the next pick coming off the board, Johan Dotson, which at first I was surprised you didn't take Daniel, and then I looked at your squad and you're rostering about 5 Washington Commanders.
Yeah, 5 is that is accurate. Yeah.
Just for the people, what we got?
I got at my quarterback position Carson Wentz. At a running back position, I have Antonio Gibson. At the wide receiver position, I have Terry McLaurin, an offseason acquisition, and Curtis Samuel. And at the tight end position, I have Logan Thomas. So going Johan Dotson would have been what the kids are calling stupid.
Indeed. Which I do think. Oh, go ahead, Christian.
Oh, I was just gonna say though, it's still a steal though here at the 2-7 for her. That's a great pick right there. I still love Johan Dotson. Think he's getting slept on a little bit. I'm a little more sad that I haven't gotten shares of him anywhere than my minimal shares of Watson.
Well, yeah.
That's what fucked me up on this startup. When I took Terry McLaurin, I was like, there goes my last opportunity to get Johan in a dynasty.
Yeah, dude, we fucked up doing that mock because then I saw you take Johan Dotson. I was like, fuck, I want Johan Dotson.
It took a long time to load all the picks into that mock. So you guys,
I know it was cool, but I needed to use it as more of a guide as opposed to I need to change my strategy on this.
Oh man, I felt so bad about the Zeke pick because my whole heart wanted Demont that whole time. And the computer literally picks him before me, and I was like, well, I would go running back here anyway. So, and the whole night, I was at his place, and he's like, I'm not convinced you're going Zeke. I'm like, probably not. And then
That's so funny.
Oh,
no, I mean, that was a shift in perspective I should have taken. I went the wrong way with it. But it is what it is. I'm still happy with Zeke. So.
Oh, totally.
For sure. We're to completely switch drafts at this point.
Right. We've had a lot of drafts going on, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, he had 3 yesterday. I'm sure listeners are in the Fresh Duds League as well. So.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
So let's go on to the next pick, the 2-8, old Trey McBride.
Yeah,
Nice.
and so there was what I would call an unofficial vote to make this tight end premium around the 1-5. And I guess at the table we voted no. And today it officially came out as a no vote. But
Good.
I think, yeah, Trey McBride would have been a lot higher than the 2.8 if that tight end premium vote had gone through.
Yeah, I would imagine so. And who knows, maybe we'll get there and we can move it. It just seems too soon to change something that big after the startup draft,
Also-
in my opinion.
Also, during your rookie draft.
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah.
forgot to talk about it prior to. It just was a thing, man.
It's just the wrong timing of it. I'm not opposed to the idea overall, but
It
yeah,
sounds
you're
like
right.
fun.
Yeah, I'm in a tight end premium league and I do like it, so I'm not opposed. I would have drafted differently last year had we done it as a
Right.
tight end premium, and that just makes me feel weird. But anyway, back to Trey McBride. I like it. I mean, I'd have to see the roster. Where is Braden?
Far left.
Far left. Okay, all the way up there. So yeah, I mean the tight ends: Noah Gray, Mark Andrews, CJ Uzama. Yeah, I mean it makes sense. Get McBride in there. Mark Andrews is a little not old by tight end standards, but he's a veteran.
Don't forget,
Yeah.
he had just acquired Uzama in his trade of
God.
Christian McCaffrey in a fifth, the 5-1 for Christian Kirk and CJ Uzama.
I forgot about that.
Don't do the trade calculator on that, folks, and you shouldn't have to.
Yeah,
That's true.
Not
So
a
after
good
that, you gotta let it. You gotta let the vulture circle. I don't know. I wouldn't touch Christian McCaffrey right now because of the injuries and stuff. And once I've let players go for way less than their value just because they got burnt off injuries and such.
It's
it
not that.
absolutely could work out. But sorry, go ahead, AJ.
I think we're going to be on the same page here. It's not the fact that you don't want Christian McCaffrey. It's the fact that people would have paid more than a Christian Kirk for Christian McCaffrey.
Like, I'm with you. I don't really want Christian McCaffrey right now either, but I would happily pay Christian Kirk and TJ Uzama for a chance at Christian McCaffrey. So, he could have gotten better value if that's what the trade block is for.
Yep.
Is stuff
for
like
sure.
that. So,
Yeah, no, I agree.
Also,
I'm trying to become more mature as a fantasy
oh no,
manager.
and I was about to say, I also fully stand by people's idea. You should build the team the way you want it. If you really think this is going to make your team better, fucking all right, then here we go. I don't agree with you, but here we go.
Maybe just start. Don't let that be your first offer. Maybe next time. Is all I'm trying to say. So I don't know. I feel like after Trey McBride here, I think this is where it kind of everything starts turning into dart throws.
Oh, 100%.
Sure.
Not that everyone's guaranteed up to this point, but next went Brian Robinson, Alabama running back to Washington, and there's a lot of speak out there. Ron Rivera wanted to do the 50-50 split, so it's just a lot of backs in that backfield, man.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and I think all their value is hurt for me. I think Brian Robinson could have gone earlier if he went somewhere else, but I like the idea of having a guy in a committee who's young, but yeah, it's just tough to see what's going to go.
Antonio Gibbs is pretty damn young too, man.
That's true.
Just saying. 23.
So Jerick Patterson.
Yep, Jerick Patterson.
Shit.
But
J.D. McKissick isn't.
no.
But they
No.
re-signed him. They didn't want to let him go. That's what scares me about this entire backfield. It's like we're excited that Antonio Gibson is this great receiving back, but yet they have two other ones in their backfield, and Jerick Patterson and Antonio Gibson, and then they bring in Brian Robinson, who's going to be the big back?
I think he's going to be a real goal line threat is the thing.
Yeah.
Which, that's the last thing you want is for, a guy you thought was a startable running back to lose his goal line shares.
Yeah.
That pretty much just...
As they call that the...
You can watch the balloon
Foreshadowing?
fly around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely. To the next pick, Tyler Algier.
Hey, that was me, Tyler Algier. So now I've got Rashad White, Isaiah Spiller, and Tyler Algier. Algier is a guy that I liked a lot in the pre-draft process. And then he went to Atlanta, which is like a spot that we've been watching for years, waiting for them to get a young running back that you could hitch your fantasy wagon to. This is not the ideal situation as far as having a bell cow as a rookie drafted into a hungry backfield, but that's what happened. The capital wasn't great. The player is a little bit of a mystery, but he's got the goal line work down. He's a kind of a heavy hitting power back, and I think he's gonna get carries, man. I think he's gonna have a good time on a bad offense, and maybe if he does well enough, he can get an opportunity to not get the Michael Carter treatment next year.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm with you 100%. I like the pick here, especially knowing that you had the next pick locked and then loaded. Like you said, you're kind of taking all backup running backs, so you need a lot of them. But yeah, I mean, like the goal line work is going to be incredible for him most likely, and then he can just build his stock up from there. So yeah, I'm in it. I like it.
Yeah, the opportunity is clearly there. It's definitely just down to the player at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then going on to the next pick, the 3-1, Daniel again.
Oh, it was me again. Yeah, I got Zamir White, Las Vegas Raiders. He's the Georgia back.
He's an RDR fave.
Yeah, he's definitely an RDR fave. So, so at this point I got Rashad White, Zamir White, Isaiah Spiller, and Tyler Algier, and that's awesome for me. I have like 4 running backs on my roster, and so they were all starting caliber, but I needed some depth. I needed some darts, and I didn't really need any roster spots filled right now. I didn't need any starters out of this draft, so I went at it as like a smart investment type strategy, and I'm pretty happy with it. We all know Josh Jacobs didn't get his 5th year picked up. He's on the last year with the Raiders. They got that New England system, committee back style, and he's had some injuries. So, Zamir White, let's see what happens.
Yeah, dude.
I'm ready.
He's already used to playing on a committee, so.
Yeah, I absolutely love the pick. I took him in the 2nd round of our rookie draft in the other league. So, yeah, I'm super in on him. Obviously, RDR favorite. I think he's going to be a starter. And then just like Algier, the opportunity's there. It's just up to you. You got to take advantage of that opportunity. Love the pick. I would have, given that Desmond Ridder was there, it would have been a lot harder for me to take White again. But he would have been on the table for me at the next pick for sure.
Yep. Well, speaking of that, the next pick was Desmond Ridder coming off the 3-2.
I was very excited. I was talking to Danny. I had the 3-2, so I took Desmond Ridder. It would have been up to White or Ridder at that point, and I don't really know what I would have done if I had the choice. Luckily, I didn't. But I was talking to Danny about earlier. I sent him a mock, and I was like, yeah, I really like this. I just wish I had a chance at any of these rookie quarterbacks. And lo and behold, I get a chance at my second favorite one. I'm very surprised he fell. I mean, I don't know. I'll take a chance on the rookie quarterback that's behind Marcus Mariota that has Drake London and Kyle Pitts on his team. Sure. I'll take him a chance on him in the 3rd round.
And
100%.
possibly
Super
Calvin
stoked.
Ridley next year? Holy shit.
Who knows? Probably won't work, but I'm willing to spend the 3-2 to find out.
It's going to be a hell of a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just after Atlanta gets the number 1 pick next year, so
That's fair,
Dude,
too.
I mean, that's what's going to come down to. Watch Atlanta, accidentally win 8 games, and Desmond Ridder's all of a sudden, the quarterback for the next 10 years,
that'd be awesome, man. Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We've seen it happen, as I say. I mean, it's happened.
No, and it very easily, it may happen, and it probably won't, but I don't know. I'm just willing to take that chance, especially because he could end up starting games for me this year, and so I could actually use him even if they end up with the number 1 overall pick next year. I could still use him at some point, and he's got the weapons to possibly be effective.
Yeah, I think it's a great pick, man. This definitely fell too far, 3-2.
On top of that, man, his only problems were accuracy issues. Tried to fucking miss Drake London. So
Yeah.
I think
Kyle Pitts and Drake London.
Yeah.
You got some of the biggest hands in the game out there.
Yeah. Oh, you accidentally overthrew him? No problem. He's got it.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
So
Biggest catch radius
this,
on the field.
This next pick was
Oh my
a
God.
trade, and I'm going to let Daniel take this over because I'm sure he's got a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, so this one I jacked it up. I really wanted to take Alan Lazard, the vet. And so I'm looking at my wide receiver room, and I'm looking at this guy who's holding this pick, and he's, taking his time. So I offer him.
Well, he mentioned Lazard too.
Oh, had he mentioned
yeah.
Lazard?
And he had his Chiefs shirt on, his head in his hands, half asleep.
So I guess I messed it up, but I offered him MVS and my next year's third for this pick so I could get Lazard, and he took it and I took it, and then not realizing that the Chiefs had, or not remembering, I guess, that the Chiefs had paid MVS $10 million a year on a 3-year contract. So
yeah,
it's whatever. I still am like completely fine with it because I really like Lazard. I think he's being way undervalued right now.
I 100% agree with you. The value of the trade maybe it could be worked on, but like I love the move to come up here and get Lazard. He's another guy I thought about, but I don't know. I needed to really dig into rookies. I felt like for this rebuild, so I didn't. Most veterans weren't on my radar, but Lazard definitely was, and I'm with you. I think he's getting slept on a little bit, and Aaron Rodgers trusts him. I think he could have a really good year.
So
Yeah.
I'm pumped about it, actually. I mean, MVS, sure, I'd be happy if he plays well, but like, I'm not getting excited about MVS. That was a waiver wire pickup last year.
yeah.
So to me, he was worth pennies as far as
that's
my investment in him.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, there's going to be like 4 games this next year. They're going to be like, fuck, I really wish I had MVS, but he's never going to be that guy you're like for sure going to start.
yeah, that's always been the MVS thing. Like, just wait for him to have a big game so you can put him on your starting lineup and lose the next week when he doesn't do anything.
yeah.
Yep. 100%.
But to the next pick was old Captain G Love.
Yeah, and there was a lot of thought of Jelani Woods here for myself. I really love Jelani Woods, but I didn't go running back in the first round. Instead, I got the gloriousness of those 3 receivers, but I needed to try to shore up that running back position. I've got Elijah Mitchell on my roster. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's get TDP, Tyrion Davis-Price. Just a solid little, like, get it as an injury insurance replacement for Mitchell and move on.
Yep, I love it.
Yeah, if I had been crazy, I would have traded for the 3-3 and then taken TDP and just like completed the full 5-man.
The 5-man backup.
That would have been impressive.
Yeah.
I think you would have like just absorbed all the power of the universe once you did that.
Yeah,
like
then I
Infinity
would have.
Stones.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have been a Hassan Haskin away from just being levitating.
Dude, just holding all of the handcuff power at one time.
Hell yeah.
And then, so the next guy, 3-5, is a running back. Pierre Strong goes off the board.
I like it.
I do too.
Yeah, I'm really high on Pierre Strong. I know that I think I'm the highest on Pierre Strong in this room. Maybe I'm wrong, but I was hoping he would fall back down to the 4th. But I like this pick. I love Pierre Strong. I think it's really solid.
Yep.
James White.
We made a mistake starting this podcast because I strongly believe there's a reason he went at the 3-5, and I think that's an RDR sway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'll take that. Though.
I don't want to
like
break
that.
down like known RDR listeners in this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
The next person off the board from the champion, I don't know if he owned this or traded into it. I think he already had it.
He traded into it.
Well, I know he traded into it. I don't think he did during the draft, did he?
Oh no, not
don't
during the
think so.
draft.
But
I think those were. I think we covered the only trades that were done in the draft, right?
Gotcha.
Believe so.
So Albert O, the now starting tight end of the Broncos, goes here. It's not a bad move whatsoever.
No, I like it a lot. I think after McBride. I would have gone Woods just for youth, but I think Albert O is like that in that conversation of McBride and Woods in this type of draft for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how many people know about Woods like we know about Woods. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'd have
fair.
to say the same person who drafted Pierre Strong took Jelani Woods. Just throwing it out there.
Oh, weird.
RDR. Anyway, next
Wow.
next
And
person on the
David
board.
Bell.
And
and
Johan
David
Dotson.
So David Bell goes
I
off
love
the
it.
board.
And
I love
Wandell
it.
Robinson.
That's my dog.
Poison.
Dude, well, she is a G-man. That's what
Okay.
they said. So, but David
Yeah,
Bell
hell
goes
of a
off
draft.
the board.
Lots of picks.
Dude, I tell you what. Like, I don't know if
Burks,
it's...
Strong, Woods, Dotson.
Yeah.
Love it. Sam Howell. Sam Howell's a really good. We'll get into that later. Never mind.
Yep.
Fucking so David
So
Bell
David
goes off
Bell.
the board here, man. I tell you what, man. If there's two receivers that are out of that kind of like top four that I wanted shares of, it is definitely David Bell and Johan Dotson. And
That's fair.
she rolls out with both of them.
It's impressive. Yeah, it's a good draft.
Yeah, she kicked ass.
This is actually the first time I'm looking at everyone's draft in entirety. I was pretty focused on mine yesterday. This is the first time I'm putting everyone's picks together. This was a good one. I like
Yep.
Bell. Yeah, I like Bell as well. I like other guys more, I think, including the guy that you get at the next pick here. But still strong move.
I wanted David Bell pretty bad, and so then with my next pick, I did take Alec Pierce.
Yep.
I struggled with this pick actually. I did like Alec Pierce, but I was struggling between Hassan Haskins and Jalen Tolbert.
Makes sense.
But
Were you thinking Dubes here too?
I was also thinking Dubs, and then I got screwed.
Got dubbed.
I got dubbed, but I mean whatever. It was hard because like I really wanted some dubs in my life because that's what my heart told me, but my brain was just like, bro, Alec Pierce on the board, you're gonna feel pretty shitty when that guy goes off, and you could have got him at the 3.8. So
It's incredible value for him. I
Ye-
thought about taking him once I got it at the 3-3.
If I hadn't had the first round I had, I 100% would have taken him at the 3-4. Like, I want him more than any of these other guys. That's a personal choice. Obviously, like you said, once we're getting into these rounds, all of these are really dart throws. You got to go for the guys you like. But me, personally, I'm 100% taking Alec Pierce. Just, I didn't fucking need him anymore. So, like, there was no point for me to take him. And you getting him at the 3.8, that's incredible value to me, but I think he's going to be
definitely.
a stud. So
and I definitely can't trade him to you because you just got 3 outrageous rookie studs. So
yeah,
maybe I can outsource him somewhere else once he goes off a little bit. So the next pick, Jalen Tolbert, goes off the board. South Alabama fella to the Dallas Cowboys. Already talks of him starting.
yeah,
So
Oh yeah.
and yeah, you're always going to do good if you take a moonshot on a guy on a high-powered offense in these later rounds. So I'm all for this pick as well.
Yeah, isn't Gallup still questionable to start the year?
yeah,
So, yeah,
mean,
he's going to walk into an opportunity, man.
now you got my past second round pick James Washington still trying so hard to make things happen. So
Bolitnikoff award winner right there. Don't forget the Bolitz.
let's just say, man, that should have been a Mason Rudolph, fucking James Washington teammate from Oklahoma State. That's why I did it. I took both those guys in that draft. God damn it, and they both suck.
That's okay. There's a high probability that both those guys will be on a different team than they are on next year. So maybe they can play together
Oh, perfect.
in the parking lot.
Street ball.
the 310 Daniels favorite.
Yeah.
Tyler Beatty.
I'm not wearing the jersey. Tyler Beatty, man. Love it. What are you going to do? This guy is just amazing. Coming out of Mizzou, been catching passes for years, got the chance to run the ball. What does he do? Pretty sure he broke a school record or something. So he's a little
Or
small, a little wee, just at the 197. But he's got a low center of gravity. He's a powerful back. I think he's going to come into Baltimore. Got a backfield where a couple guys were injured last year. And I think, they won't mind giving him a little bit of reps, especially when the game script says they got a little buffer. So they're really strong defense. They're going to want to keep the ball on the ground. Probably going to want to keep Dobbins healthy. What up? This is where it's at.
Yeah, I'm with it. Highly rotational piece. And then, injuries are going to happen. And, if he manages to start a couple weeks for you and does well, there you go. That he already paid off at the 310 if he helps you win a couple games this season.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Could be a big pass catcher on that team too.
Yeah, that backfield seems weird. It's like the most crowded yet easily obtainable backfield in the NFL with the history. But moving on to the 4th round here, Hassan Haskins.
This one hurt.
Yeah.
Oh,
right before you, huh?
Yeah, this was my pick at the 4-2 in every single mock draft I did. I got sniped right at the 4-1. I was so sad. But I'm good with it. But that's a very smart pick. I think we just had our running back longevity episode a couple weeks ago. Derrick Henry, maybe not this year, maybe not next year, probably next year. Who knows? But he's on the way out sooner rather than later. And getting Hassan Haskins, a big back, in an offense that likes to use big backs, it makes too much sense to take a chance on it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I had traded the 3-5 and the 4-6 or something like that, the 4-4 and the 3-6 to move up to the 3-1. And as soon as I accepted it, I was happy because that felt like a good trade to me. As soon as I accepted it, I was like, fuck, this means I can't get Hassan Haskins. And it sucks none of us got him, but strong pick.
Oh, very good pick. Love that pick.
And, this is a guy that traded away CMC, so he might need a...
Yeah, got to take dart throws on running backs now. He's got Breece Hall, and then he went Hassan Haskins. Is that it? Is that the only... Yeah, so it looks like those are the only guys he got. And I think that's smart. I mean, all you can do is try to prepare and be the guy that has the young rookie that takes the place of the injured vet, and he put himself in line to do this.
I just assumed they were all gone like they usually are.
Yeah, I have a problem anyway. Where are we at here?
No offense. Christian was just about to tell us what his 4-2 was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I took Keontae Ingram. I was a little sad about the Haskins thing. There was thought again of going Woods. I really, really liked Woods here, but I really, really, really wanted to build up the depth of my running back room. I said stick with the plan. Went Keontae Ingram. I think he can get some time over there in Arizona. Not who I wanted, like I said, at Haskins, but I'm fine with him as a B option for that pick. Did hurt to not take Dubes or Woods, though. Not going to lie.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you got a good piece of that backfield right there because
I think so too.
Yeah,
it would have been more fun for those other picks, but I think this was the better pick, the smarter pick.
Hell yeah. Speaking of a guy, no, I don't know what I'm speaking of, but John Metchi was up next. This guy's kind of disappearing.
Yeah,
right? Didn't he have
fading into the ether?
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's plenty to like about him. Obviously, he's coming off injury. Mm-hmm. He's going to Houston, where he could be easily the number 3 wide receiver, and he's an Alabama wideout that was pretty versatile in his role. So,
yeah.
I love Nico, but also Nico's kind of a deep threat too, man. I think John Metchi could possibly be the number 2 receiver on this team,
ahead of Nico. Really?
Well, then it'd be a very good pick in the 4th.
Possession guy, man.
Yeah.
I feel like a young quarterback needs an anchor. But whatever. I love John Metchi, but I also love Nico.
All good, dude. No one's upset. Now I'm pissed. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I'm so hot and cold on John Metchi. It feels like at this point in the draft, he's got to be a value, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. 100%.
But yeah, the next guy up, Kyron Williams, injured Ram running back.
Yeah.
Love it.
Was he injured before he ran that 40 time, or?
It would be nice for him if he were, but no.
I don't love it, but I mean, if you look at the board, it goes Kyron Williams, Isaiah Pacheco, and then the next guy taken at the running back position is Jerick McKinnon, and that's in another round. So it's like, I don't know, you go for the name value there if you really want the running back. I'm not in love with it. He's hurt and buried on a depth chart to me. But also I think the drop off at running back is pretty steep. So I guess it makes sense. And it's just a fourth. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, this is why you'll not hear me speaking any further on my own picks, because I was pretty much trying to trade all of my late round stuff because, I mean, the next guy up was Mitchell Trubitsky. So
yeah.
Trubs.
I actually kind of like Trubisky. Hearing the rumors, it sounds like they may sit Kenny Pickett. And I think if you can get Trubisky for now and then use him early on, I think he's going to do well in that offense before they move to Pickett. So he may steal you a couple wins at the early part of the year. I don't hate this pick at all. I actually really kind of like it.
yeah, I know the guy that drafted Kenny Pickett was the next person to pick. And I think
Probably
he
going to do that.
Yeah, got a
That makes sense.
little picked off.
A little picked off. Well, yeah. Well, I was a little picked off because he ended up taking Romeo Dubs.
Yeah.
2 spots ahead of me, and it kind of threw my whole strategy into the fucking tailspin.
For sure.
Yeah.
But
that's great value at the 4-6.
Oh!
Wolfpack running strong.
Yeah, I was really, really hoping Dubes would fall into the 5th, but didn't happen. But I love that for him. It means people are starting to pay attention, and I think he's gonna have a good career.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
It's weird because I'm in all these drafts. I'm in this position where I'm not taking Christian Watson, so I have this weird thing where I'm like way more excited about Dubs than I am about Christian Watson. It's like I almost forget about Christian Watson sometimes.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of that going around. For some reason, the Watson pick hit people really weird, even though they traded up to get him. You would think that would put a little more excitement to him. But I think it was literally just the still not having a first round price tag. But yeah, I'm excited about Dubes too, though. So like, I get it 100%. And I love this pick here.
Definitely. Well,
I bet you love the next pick too, didn't you?
I do love the next pick. This is incredible value to me. I took Woods at the beginning of the 3rd in our draft. I thought about taking him at the 3-4 and the 4-2 in this draft. And yeah, I love it. I think he's still a wild card pick. We're basing it on like physical traits and an offense that he fits in. But I'm super into this pick.
good old Jelani Woods, man.
Physical traits. The dude is 6'7", 250, and can move. So you just got to bet on that. Don't ever bet against that. So, oh man, speaking of guys I've bet on, Tyquan Thornton.
And that was my pick.
Oh, holy shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was gone at this point. Mentally.
Yeah, I
Physically,
took
no.
him here. I mean, looking at the remaining receivers on the board, which was like Khalil Shakir, Wan'Dale Robinson, Bellis Jones. I don't know. I obviously had my heart set on Dubs here. And when he was taken, I kind of didn't know what to do. I clearly wanted to go receiver. I didn't see a lot of value in these remaining running backs, especially here. I'm super flex, but I'm not worried about my quarterback position. So, I mean, you might as well take a chance on a guy that goes in the 2nd round to the Patriots.
Yeah, why not?
They just traded away their former 1st-round pick. I don't know.
Took a chance on him too.
Hey, they took right? Hey, they took this guy over the likes of Sky Moore or George Pickens. Obviously, they have terrible taste in receivers, but at the 4-8, like, why the hell not?
Oh yeah, no,
fastest
for
receiver in
sure.
the draft. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At the 4-8, it's that kind of stuff goes out the window at the 4-8 because you're not giving anything up really.
Right.
It's like, okay, yeah, it's a 4th round pick. It could be useful, but like whatever. Yeah, exactly what you're saying. 2nd round price tag, go for it every day of the week.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Plus, he's amazing. He gives Mac Jones that Jalen Waddle type character that he needs in the deep ball threat, man.
I hope you're right, for the love of God.
I can't even say his name. You know that means he's going to be awesome. Going AJ logic on this one.
That's true.
But Isaiah Pacheco, I can't say.
Yeah, the guy who went next. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pass.
I don't know.
Definitely
Ronald
not two
Jones
first
being
names.
there throws off how much I care about Pacheco. But it's not a bad pick for the 4-9, you know? Like, just take a chance on a rookie running back. Go for it.
The dude's got explosiveness. The only problem is if you huff and you puff, you will blow him all the way over.
Oh, damn. All right, well, let's get into Matt Corral next. So, 5th quarterback off the board, 4th rookie at the 410.
Goes in the 3rd round if Baker Mayfield trade doesn't happen, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's kind of
Yeah.
sad. Honestly, it's still my favorite rookie quarterback still we haven't mentioned yet. So, getting there still.
Okay.
That's fair. I mean, take a stab, but yeah, I mean, the value is significantly hurt with the arrival of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
All right. On to the first pick in the 5th round, Wandale Robinson.
What a wildcat. Wow, wiki wildcat.
That Kentucky guy.
Meow.
I mean, Wandale, obviously, a guy that I was super high on pre-draft process, but it's
Pre-combine.
pre-combine, pre-everything, man. Watching him in that Rose Bowl or whatever, Outback Bowl versus Iowa, man, the dude blew me away. But then the guy goes into New York, where they've already spent the same amount of draft capital on a Kadarius Toney.
Yeah.
Sterling Shepard's in the house. Like, I don't know, man. It just seems so crowded. It just seems like what kind of impact could he have?
Yeah.
And if he does have any impact, it's going to be equally amongst several of the receivers. So,
Yeah, but just like what you're saying about Taekwon, though, it's also like Wandale was what, a 2nd round pick or a 3rd round pick?
Second.
2nd round pick. So, all right, you're using a 5th round pick on a 2nd round receiver. Might as well go for it. But I not super high on the player due to the measurables.
5'8".
And kind of what you're saying, crowded room, not really sure what's going on in the offense there. And so, take a shot, but I'm not super into it.
yeah. My problem with this is, like, everything I thought he could do is what Kadarius Toney does better. So it's
Yeah.
like, what the hell? I don't understand the process here. So,
But we all know that, dedication and execution can outweigh physical traits. So he's
Sure.
definitely going to get an opportunity.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Then on to the 5-2. We got Khalil Shakir.
Ooh, Shakir.
Mr.
Yeah.
Backboard hands himself.
I hope he gets some play time because this guy's awesome. I think that Josh Allen could really, really like throwing the ball to him.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited going back to the wide receiver wagon in the 5th there. I just didn't see a lot of value, like you were saying, AJ, in the running backs there. And then obviously I had already got Ritter, so Sam Howell was out. And so, I just took a chance on hopefully Josh Allen's new slot guy because we've seen that work a bunch of times. So if this works, this will be one of the better 5th round picks ever, I hope. Like, that's what I'm kind of hoping for. But
It's actually kind of nice to have a 5th round pick because it's like it's hard to justify picking him up off the waiver, but it's like in the 5th round, fuck yeah,
yeah,
Bring
dude,
him on.
5th round.
Still a roster spot.
Hey.
True.
Still a roster spot.
So this was a little receiver run here. Up next, the 5-3 Justin Ross goes off the board.
Justin roster spot. So this guy has drafted 2 rookie wideouts for Kansas City and traded for a 3rd in this draft.
Yeah.
So he's got it Trump tight, man.
Well, one works
Not all of
out.
them.
He'll be all right.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Justin Ross, dude. Look at the college tape. It's so
Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't go sooner. I thought that the undrafted hype on him is pretty swirling, especially in a league with people that are Kansas City fans. So I was surprised that people were able to wait this long on him.
I mean, there's a lot of talk on the table about him starting in like the third round, you know?
Yeah, definitely. So up next, a veteran goes, James Proch, which
Opportunity.
I'm excited about him.
I think it's an opportunity pick. We obviously don't know what the Ravens are doing at wide receiver outside of Rashad Bateman and how they're going to line this up. So, yeah, he's going to get chances for sure.
Yeah. I mean, no more Hollywood, so bring on the new slot guy. So, up next, another veteran goes off the board, Jerick McKinnon.
J-Mac.
I mean...
Played well when he was on the field last year, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, at this point in the 5th round, like, you need a running back. I like him better than most of the other guys left.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I guess on to the next guy, Bellis Jones Jr. This was a Daniel guy, so I don't know if you got anything to say.
Yeah, originally a USC player, and we know what that means.
Back in 1902.
Yeah, I think he went to USC when I was out of USC back in the 40s. So, no, this guy got drafted in the 3rd round, I believe, and it's kind of a ghost town in Chicago, or it had been until recently. So he's going to get some looks. He's going to get plenty of playing time. He is an older rookie, and he's not really got the college resume to really pop off. He one good year at Tennessee last year, but other than that, mostly special teams work, which I assume will continue.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think he could be a really special teams guy, but I don't know about fantasy value, but we'll see.
Oh, yeah, this is the guy. Like, this guy's going to make a difference in games.
Yeah.
Just on kick returns.
It's going to be the new Cordero Patterson.
There you go. Here we go.
Next guy off the board, Sam Howell.
Different. Howell.
Howell. Not to be confused with the Nevada player.
Yeah, he's got Cole Turner on his team though, so
true.
You could wow at him.
Connected together. I really like this pick, man. And then combining her draft with the Christian McCaffrey trade is really, really awesome for her. But yeah, I mean, a 5th round pick, a late 5th round pick on the guy starting behind fucking Carson Wentz, like, okay, like, yeah, it probably won't amount to anything, but I'll take that chance at something at least, you know? Like, who says that he can't outplay Carson Wentz necessarily?
Exactly, man. I'm telling you, he's my favorite rookie quarterback. So, still is. I love the guy. Love the guy.
Not bad. And then up next was my pick, and we just talked about Bellis Jones Jr., but I went ahead and selected Nikhil Harry here.
Yeah.
Former 1st round pick for the Patriots. Like you said for Bellis Jones, man, it's a ghost town. You got Daryl Mooney, you got Cole Kmet, and then you have Bellis Jones, Nikhil Harry.
They got DeMarcus Robinson, right?
I thought it was Pringle.
Oh, Byron Pringle. There you
Same
go.
thing.
One of those guys who wasn't a starter before.
But, big body, 5th round, man. I actually even forgot about him. Like, he wasn't even anywhere near the top of the queue. And just, I don't know, something told me, it's like, hey, look up Nikhil Harry. I'm happy to get him in the 5th.
Yeah, it's fine.
Happy to cut him in the 2nd week, too. So
yeah, like that's what makes it fine, is you didn't like reach on him like, oh man, Nikhil Harry's gonna crush it now that he's on the Bears. But yeah, I mean, whatever. It's a 1st round pick. I was gonna say talent, but 1st round pick that you're taking a chance on in the 5th. So yeah, go for it. Same thing with the Bears trading for him. Like, why the hell not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he really fit the New England system. I think he probably really can fit this system.
So there you go. He could blow up and show off that, like, he may make me look stupid for my little joke there about the 1st round and this season.
I don't think he's going to go that far. I think the Patriots kind of have a hard time acquiring skill position guys that actually fit their system.
Yeah.
Except Taekwon, right? Right?
It's a new system, baby.
Right?
That fits the quarterback, not the systems. The quarterback should change the system. The system fit the quarterback. Now he's back. Okay, here we go.
The next pick, a running back's old snooze. Snoop Connor.
Hey, goal line work. I mean, it's a complicated backfield already, but I said it in our undrafted episode, which turned out to make me look real dumb since he wasn't an undrafted player. But I like the potential here. He could sneak in some touchdowns for you if there's an injury at the right time for you. I think Snoop Connor could definitely be a break glass and in case of emergency type guy.
Yeah, you might have a good run at the beginning of the year. It's still questionable whether James Conner's going to be out there.
James Robinson.
Yeah. Jesus, why do I always do
The
this?
last pick of the draft is the New Orleans Saints defense, which I don't know. I don't hate necessarily.
Yeah, they're going to be a really good defense.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Absolutely.
You needed a defense.
Well, on to the last round. We did a 6th-round rookie draft.
Whew, and you're feeling it.
And yeah, you are. Shimmy comes around, takes Jerome Ford from Cleveland. I think
that.
I like it. It's hard to gauge. It's a 6th round, which is like all these guys.
Hey, Elijah
He's going to be on the team for 4 years, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a team that likes to run the ball, go for it. I like Ford.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just wait till Kareem gets traded and.
I mean, Nick Chubb's going to be, 31 in this guy's contract year, right? So
yeah, let's go, man.
Something's going to happen before then.
And if he can learn from those two guys, Kareem Hunt and Jerome, Nick Chubb, that's not bad.
Those are two good teachers for sure.
So we'll go on to the next guy, Cade Otton, drafted by Christian.
Yeah, I went ahead and grabbed Otton. I was thinking about Dolce here. I really just missing out on Woods. I wanted to take a chance on a rookie tight end. I like the upside of Otton. I think there's a beat writer, and I mean, this is a 6th-round pick, so who cares? But I was reading an article by a beat writer in Tampa Bay saying that makes more sense to replace Gronk's touches than Cameron Brate does. So, whatever. I'll take a chance on it in the 6th round and see if he can blow up as a tight end sleeper.
I mean, I love Cade Otton, man. So I loved him as a pure tight end. We'll see if he can catch the ball well. And then
I mean, nothing to lose at this point. And the glaring opportunity.
Yep. And then up next, Greg Dolce went off the board. The Denver tight end, the backup to old Albert O.
Yeah, I mean, there is the opportunity there. Obviously, Noah Fant had that locked down, and there is going to be enough question at the position for Dolce to come in and establish himself. He was pretty badass tight end out of UCLA.
Yeah, and impressed highly in the draft. So
I think this could be one of those sneaky situations. I'm not saying that I'm calling that it will happen like this, but this could be one of those sneaky situations where everybody gets excited about the vet and Albert O, and then it's actually the rookie that ends up getting all the work.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly enough, man, I took Greg Dolce in the 3rd round of our 3-round rookie draft at the 3-8. Here he is at the 6th. So
yeah,
straight
I'm
up.
Either
these rookie drafts are crazy. No, I think after the 2nd round in a rookie draft, things just get a little wild. People just start going for the guys they like.
And then up next
Speaking
was
of.
my pick.
Yeah.
I got my boy, Kennedy Brooks.
Kennedy.
The carbon copy of Ramondre Stevenson in the 6th round. Just wait for him to take over that role. He did get paid. He's an undrafted free agent, but he got that $1.5 million, dog.
Hell yeah.
So that's
like
something.
carbon copy. They must have a bit lighter weight of paper that got copied onto. But
Exactly. He's even slicker, boy.
Oh. Agile.
Next
Straight
up.
lines only.
Next up, we got Geno Smith, the possible starting quarterback.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'd say if you can get a starting quarterback at the 6'5", regardless of the quality of that starting quarterback, you're doing something right. Whatever, go for it.
Paul.
Yeah, you always drop him, man. Why not take the dark
who cares?
Gotta catch them all.
He'll start at some point this season, so.
And then at the 6'6", we got Daniel Bellinger, the San Diego State dude, tied in, going into the Giants organization.
Yeah, I think there's room for him to impress early.
Yeah, Evan Ingram's out the door.
Just got Ricky Seals-Jones and Jordan Akins.
Yeah, Kyle Rudolph they just let him go too. So yeah, hell yeah, man. The next pick was Mark Ingram.
Love this pick.
Yeah, very good. I thought about doing this a couple times too, and probably should have with the Kamara likely being gone 6 games.
I was ready to fab out. I did not think he was going to get drafted. Freaking Bree.
Yeah, dude.
Crushing it. Yeah, I thought about
number.
going there instead of Otten, but I don't know. It was too perfect to put a little rookie bow on my draft with no veterans, I guess. But I may regret that because I think Ingram could be sick at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, definitely.
And if not, scramble to get your Abram Smiths.
Yeah.
Hey, Baylor Bear.
That's right.
So next was me. I just picked up the Chargers defense. At this point, I was pretty drunk. I'll be honest.
Should be lots of sacks,
but
I think that's a good defense.
Yeah, I was happy to just pick them up. And then we got 2 more picks here. We got Jacoby Brissett, which also not a bad pick because it sounds like he's going to at least be starting
6 games.
6 games.
At least. Or for the next 2 years indefinitely. Who knows?
Right.
Apparently.
Exactly. You'd be throwing the ball to David Bell, you know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And then the last but not least, Jamison Crowder, the supposedly starting slot receiver in Buffalo. We'll see what Khalil has to say about that.
You got 1 more year, Crowder. It's been a hell of a career. Finish strong, but Shakir's taking that spot after this year.
Finish strong.
Hell yeah.
The dude's 29 years old. He can, I'll take
That's
him.
fair, I guess. He's definitely one of those guys I always think has been around a lot longer than he has.
But he's, under 180 pounds, so that kind of ages you quick as a wide route. So.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's the draft, man. Don't let me drag it on with my bull snuff.
Your Bill snuff?
My Bill snoof.
Yeah. So that's just kind of been a review. I'm going to be gone this week, so we tried to squeeze in an episode early, but we will continue with our division breakdowns after this, starting with the AFC South next week. So stick around.
Yeah.
Happy drafting.
Enjoy yourselves.
Peace out.